Founder Space, Startup Supercharged. I'm Captain Hoff, CEO of Founder Space, the leading global startup accelerator. I'm also author of the award-winning books, Make Elephants Fly, Surviving a Startup, and The 5 Forces. Today, the Screen Actors Guild is up in arms. They are upset at the big studios. Why? Why are they so angry? The answer comes down to 2 letters, AI. Artificial intelligence is enabling studios now to literally scan actors and replicate their entire persona on the screen. Now, what does this mean for actors out there? Well, what it means is that the studios want to have in their contract that they can take any actor who is an extra, one of those background actors that you don't really pay attention to, and they can scan that person, pay that person for 1 day's work, and then they can use that person's likeness, their image, their voice, everything. They can animate it using artificial intelligence and use their image for eternity, in perpetuity. So why is this such a big deal? I mean, extras, they aren't that important. They don't get paid that much money. I mean, does it really matter to famous actors out there? Do they really care? Well, they do. Because think about the future of acting. Most actors begin by performing small roles. A lot of them begin by being extras in movies. That's how they get on the set. That's how they network and meet people and get opportunities and feel like they're part of Hollywood. Well, if you're a young actor out there in Hollywood and this contract goes through and you perform as a background actor, well, literally the studio owns your likeness. Basically, they can replicate you for the rest of your life and even beyond without paying you a dime, a single dime. So this is the problem. Actors are like, this is totally unfair. And if they start with extras, these background actors, there's no saying in a couple years they won't move up the ladder. Okay, now if you have a small role in a television show, a Netflix series, a movie, if you have a small role, we're going to scan you and we're going to own your rights. If this happens, if the actors back down, if the Actors Guild backs down on this, literally at a certain point, studios won't really need actors. They won't really need them. And there's another threat on the horizon that they aren't even talking about. And that is that these studios out there can literally create fake people with that sound real, that look lifelike. This is the future. So will studios be doing this so that they never, ever have to pay an actor again? Well, the answer is probably. If it can cut costs, studio producers will do it. They care about money. At the end of the day, they're in business to make money. They're not in the business to make stars. And if they can own a star outright, they can own their likeness and they can use that star in whatever properties they want in the future. That's a cash cow for them. So as we know, some of the biggest part of a budget for any production in Hollywood is paying the actors. They can get rid of actors. They are making a lot more money. So the fight is coming down. Actors are just the beginning. They're on the front lines of what's happening to AI. But literally, generative AI is going to be replacing jobs all over the place. And actors are taking a stand. They're like, we do not want films made with this technology where you can literally take our likeness and then use it forever without paying us anything. So we're going to see this battle go on in many forms. And in the future, the Screen Actors Guild may be protesting against something even bigger. They may be saying, well, I know if you use my likeness, you have to pay me a royalty every time you use it. Maybe they negotiate this deal. But what about the future where they create a generative AI image of an actor that has qualities of the most famous actors? So Leonardo DiCaprio, it might be a blend of Leonardo DiCaprio and several other actors, George Clooney, other actors out there, and they create this really charismatic, amazing character that uses these properties. Will the studios have to pay those actors? Where did the data come from? This is a question we're going to be facing. And if they use that in movies, will real life actors want to act beside AI characters? Well, we already know AI characters, computer-generated characters are popular in animation. They're even in live action films. They're in films like Star Wars. They use them. But will this become an existential threat to acting? Now, acting and the star system is highly profitable because it's not just about the star appearing in the movie. A lot of it's about the star's life, the narrative behind the stars, all the drama. They're breaking up, they're getting divorces, they're getting DUIs, all sorts of things like that are an element of what makes stars appealing. People follow stars. They're fans of real people. Can AI replace that element? Probably not. We're not going to be, really following the life of an AI character. So my hunch is we're still going to want real people in here. Stars are not going to be in danger of not being stars. But yes, if a studio can take your likeness and actually start making product without you, or even paying you a minimal amount, that's going to severely affect the livelihood of actors across the board. So it's starting with the small guys, the extras in TV shows and movies, but it's going to move up the ladder. And that is why the Screen Actors Guild is taking a stand. And good for them. If they somebody has to be on the front line of this, because the next thing AI is coming for, the next job they're coming for is yours. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you liked it, hit the subscribe button and share it with your friends. You can help us create more great content by subscribing and sharing. Also, if you want to access our online startup program, our investor network, and our entrepreneur resources, just come to founderspace.com.
Yo, what's good, fam? It's Lotus Luthor, host of the At Your Service podcast, where we explore the hottest trends in technology and how they are changing the game in music. So if you've ever wondered about AI, blockchain, or how to maximize your social media game, then this is where you want to be. We are serving up knowledge, insight, and inspiration. Why don't you join us? It's the At Your Service show with Lotus Luthor.